crazy Michael Jordan stat? In Chicago Bulls franchise history, there have been 907 30-point games by players not named Michael Jordan. MJ alone has 537, over half as much as the entire franchise. It's kind of insane, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Over the 58-year history of the Bulls, there's been a total of 89 non-Jordan 40-point games, and MJ nearly doubles that with 165. And when it comes to 50-point games without MJ, the franchise has had just 7. Michael Jordan has 30. MJ wasn't just a Chicago Bull. He is the Chicago Bulls, and I feel the need to remind you that the man played less than 20% of all games in the franchise's history. Yet he's won them every championship they've ever had. He brought them culture, value, and prestige while absolutely annihilating their record book in one of many stats that you have to see to believe.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
One thing that separates Jordan from the all-time greats is his ability to go to another level when the stakes are at the highest. I mean, when a dude can average 30 a game during the regular season and significantly increase his scoring average during the playoffs, you know the guy is different. In fact, here are the top 5 players with the most 50-point games during the regular season in NBA history. Wilt is in his own league, but Jordan sits in second, followed by Kobe, Harden, and Baylor. Now, if we check who has the most 50-point games in NBA playoff history, MJ and Wilt are the only 2 that remain. This time, Jordan takes the top spot. When it comes to scoring at the most important time of the year, MJ goes into another dimension. However, this isn't the stat that you have to see to believe. We gotta go a little deeper. Because what makes Jordan's 8 50-point playoff games so baffling is the fact that in his entire playoff career, he's had just 6 games with less than 20 points. The dude is more likely to drop 50 than he is to score less than 20 during the postseason. It doesn't even seem possible. During the playoffs, the games are much slower. There's less possessions, more fouls, defenses tighten up, and the intensity and pressure is at the highest, making scoring much harder to come by. Despite this, the odds that Jordan drops 50 are higher than the odds that he scores less than 20. It's a ridiculous stat. Regular season Michael Jordan is on another planet, but playoff Michael Jordan is in a whole other galaxy. He might just be the GOAT.
Jordan, quick moves on Russell. We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan.
In my opinion, the best way to compare players from different eras is to measure their accomplishments. So their total number of MVPs, Rookie of the Years, Sixth Man of the Years, Championships, All-Star Game MVPs, Finals MVPs, and Defensive Player of the Year awards. Basically, the most prestigious trophies a player can earn throughout his career. And if we were to tally the total for some of the game's greatest players, it would look like this. Hitting double digits is an accomplishment in itself. Magic filled up his trophy case in a short 13-year career. LeBron sits at 3rd with 16 total trophies. Bill Russell edges him out by 1 thanks to his 11 rings. And of course, the top spot belongs to MJ. Jordan is ahead by a sizable gap. And when you take into account that he accomplished all of this in just 15 seasons, you understand why people call him the GOAT. Now, this is just part 1 of this stat. Part 2 showcases how Jordan stacked up so many trophies so quickly. In NBA history, there have been 14 occurrences where a player won the MVP, the championship, and the Finals MVP in the same season. Of those 14, Michael Jordan pulled it off 4 times, as many times as 2nd and 3rd combined. Pretty insane, but let's take it a step further. This is every player who's won the MVP, the scoring title, the championship, and the Finals MVP in the same season. Kareem did it in 1971, Shaq in 2000, and Jordan in 91, 92, 96, and 98. Twice as many times as every other player in the history of the NBA combined. MJ's sustained dominance during the regular season and the playoffs is incomparable to any other all-time great, and so was his trophy case. This guy might be the
He looks, he gives to Jordan. Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won. Jordan beat him at the buzzer with a jump shot in the circle, and Chicago is...
If we went through every single insane Michael Jordan stat, this video could be up to an hour long. So we're gonna use this rapid fire segment to rail off a handful of Jordan stats that you have to see.
The game's over, and the Bulls have won. Jordan beat him at the buzzer with a jump shot in the circle, and Chicago is...
If we went through every single insane Michael Jordan stat, this video could be up to an hour long. So we're gonna use this rapid fire segment to rail off a handful of Jordan stats that you have to see to believe. In 1990, MJ and the Bulls started out the season on a 3-game losing streak, and from that day forward, Michael Jordan never lost 3 games in a row for the rest of his career in Chicago. That's a streak of 626 games without losing 3 straight. For context, the second longest streak is by Steph Curry at 314 games. It's insane. In 1988, Mike became the first player in NBA history to win the Defensive Player of the Year award and average over 30 points per game in the same season. He averaged 35. At the end of the 88-89 season, Sam Vincent, the Bulls' point guard, was struggling to get the offense going, so Chicago's coaching staff decided to experiment with Michael Jordan at point guard for the remaining 24 games. And Jordan averaged 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists during that stretch, also notching 12 triple-doubles. When given the chance, Jordan can do everything. In the 1991 finals, MJ became the 3rd player in league history to average over 11 assists per game in an NBA Finals. It was an all-time great playmaking display. 2 years later, he averages 41 points per game in the 1993 Finals, the highest points average in a Finals series ever. Given the chance, he can do everything. In his entire playoff career, Jordan has been outscored in only 1 playoff series, and it happened as a rookie in his first postseason appearance. Milwaukee's Terry Cummings scored 118 points, MJ scored 117. He only got outscored once, and it was by 1 point. I can go on for hours. Jordan has stats on stats on stats, and those are some of his best. It honestly makes me believe he's the guy.
People were afraid of him. We were his teammates and we were afraid of him.
That wasn't Michael Jordan out there. It was God disguised as Michael Jordan.
The dude looked like Jesus Christ to me.
And I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me. Like, I literally seen his aura.
Catch the ball when I threw it to you. I just threw it to you.
Ignore this guy. He's overplayed.
The fear factor of MJ was so thick.
We all know Michael Jordan is the NBA's best playoff performer. It's not much of a debate, and over the course of the video, we've seen that the numbers prove it. But if there's any doubt out there, I saved this stat for last, because when I first saw it, I didn't even think it was real. This is my ace in the hole. There have been numerous high-scoring playoff series over the course of NBA history. Wilt Chamberlain put up over 38 a game in round 1 of the 1960 playoffs. Jimmy Butler was electric in round 1 against the Bucks just over a year ago. LeBron went nuclear. He averaged 38.5 points in the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals. And Shaq was doing Shaq things in the 2000 Finals. There are countless Tier 1 playoff performances, but none of them can match up with these. Those are the highest scoring playoff series in NBA history. Elgin Baylor and Rick Barry averaged over 40 in the 1962 and 1967 finals. Bernard King went crazy, and Jerry West has the highest scoring average in any playoff series ever at 46.3 points per game. But that's just 4 of the top 10. Here's the rest. Or should I say, here's MJ. Michael Jordan has 6 of the 10 highest scoring playoff series in NBA history, all of them coming in at over 50% from the field. A stat so absurd that you have to see to believe. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing. I'm making videos every week and I'd really appreciate the support. Oh, and I've been meaning to say this throughout the video. I really think Jordan's the GOAT.